What's up, fam? Finally made it home after a very, very long day, y'all. Y'all seen the pictures that I showed at the beginning of the video. 8 stops a day, 885, 95 cases, something like that. Almost 900 cases, man. Should have been a breeze. Load sheet said I was supposed to be in a 48-foot trailer. Was put in a 36-foot trailer. Loaded to the tail end. I didn't even take a photo of that one. This was probably by far, man, my worst day in trucking, let alone in U.S. Foods, man. So that first picture was freezer side, excuse me. So the left side of the freezer with cases stacked to the very top, touching the ceiling. I'm 5'6" on a good day, y'all. On a good day. I'm a mean 5'6". How in the world was I supposed to get those cases down? And I think it's the third photo. It shows, it's either third or fourth, excuse me. It shows that 2 out of my 3 freezer pallets on that left-hand side had a pallet sitting on top of another pallet. Who knows why? That photo also shows that my pallets were put in sideways. And it was like that completely down the left side of the trailer all day. For those of y'all who work in food service, man, y'all understand that when your pallets are put in sideways, it shortens the width of the inside of the trailer, which makes it incredibly hard to turn around when you're trying to turn your dolly around or your hand truck around to run the cases out the back of the trailer. Dealt with that all day. With those freezer pallets that had cases touching the ceiling, stops 3 and 4 were just thrown anywhere amongst all 3 of those pallets. Just thrown all over the place. So my first stop is a stop now on my Monday route that I have to actually go to and work out the side door. And most Mondays I don't do it. But for whatever reason, I was going to do it today. They had 135 cases at that location. But like I said, I opened up my trailer door this morning. I was loaded all the way to the tail end. I had to put my hand trucks on top of product that was on another pallet just to get the hand trucks in there and shut the trailer door. So I decided to go on to my hospital dock stop that I have every day. I knocked it out. Went to knock out the second stop that's inside the hospital. And that's when I noticed my freezer pallets looking like that. So that second stop would have technically been stop 3 on my load today, which was thrown all over the place. So I said, okay, let me take out stop 1's freezer pallet. Let me utilize all the space on the right-hand side. Because my pallets were put in sideways, my bulkhead wouldn't open up all the way, so I could not get stop 1's actual freezer pallet out because it was built too wide. So I left the hospital, went to knock out the actual stop 1 stop with 135 cases. Then came back to the hospital to do stop 3 and utilize all my space on the right hand side. Finally, after playing American Ninja Warrior for the morning, got the cases down, kind of got it organized. Stops 3 and 4 stacked up, stop 3 built to put on the pallet to go down to run it, and stop 4 stacked up against the trailer wall. And then I commenced to go do the cooler, and I do the cooler pallet. I sent you guys, or posted on here rather, this picture of the cooler pallet that had bananas and some other items on top. Bananas is a heavy item that should be built on the bottom. And that pallet had a nice little lean to it earlier. Luckily, I had a strap there to kind of strap it up a little bit. But on that pallet, I've noticed that while I was breaking down the other cooler pallet to get stop 3, I was taking off stop 4 as well. On that pallet that has stop 3 and 4, it also has some of stop 7 and 8. So I'm like, okay, where's stop 5? Because I noticed some items on the last cooler pallet that went to stops 7 and 8. I said, okay, if some of stop is 7, 8 is on this pallet and the rest of it is on that pallet. And I know that stop 6 gets a lot of cooler items. I know all the stop 6 cooler items is on that pallet as well. So where is stop 5? Y'all, stop 5 was on the very bottom of that last cooler pallet. So we went 3, 4, 7, 8. Skip 5 completely. Threw 5 on the bottom of the next one and went 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. So I left 4 and I went to stop 6. I wasn't going to break down that entire pallet without getting what I needed for stop 6. I wasn't going to break that whole pallet down just to get stop 5. Then have to touch stop 6 twice. Then the other picture I sent you guys was stop 5's dry pallet, which was like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of shrink wrap wrapped around it, and I had no strap for it whatsoever. That pallet ended up falling. But it was okay. It fell on the way to stop 5, so I dealt with it when I got there. So we got cases touching the ceiling. We got pallets put in sideways. We're on the wrong size trailer. Even the load sheet indicated that it was supposed to be a size 48-foot trailer for the day. Wide body at that. We got cases for cases for stops 3 and 4 just thrown all over the place in the freezer. It's almost like they forgot about stop 3 and 4 and just grabbed all the cases and just tossed it in the freezer on top of the 3 freezer pallets on the left-hand side. We got that going. We got the pallet that fell over that wasn't wrapped. We got stop 5 cooler on the bottom of the wrong cooler pallet. And then we finally get the route done, y'all. We're behind probably about an hour and a half, give or take, man. We finally get the route done. And on the way back, the truck starts tripping. I had to pull over twice, about 10, 15 minutes twice, because both check engine lights came on the dash. The shop told me give it 15 minutes. We did it twice. He said if it happened the third time, we're going to have to get you towed. I don't know if you guys have ever been broken down, but any breakdown is bad. But after a rough day, if you break down on the way back to the yard, when all you got to do is get back to the yard, put your hand trucks up, do your post trip, log off duty, and go home, man, it'll take you over the edge a little bit. But we made it, though. You know what I'm saying? We made it back to the yard, got everything done, and now we made it here to the house. Job well done, job complete, but it was a rough day, y'all. It turns out that we had only 2 managers on duty in the warehouse last night. The rest of them called out, and about 12 drivers called out today with no coverage at all. They had managers on duty in the warehouse that didn't know how to push through the paperwork. So loads are being sent out late because relay drivers, was waiting on manifest paperwork. So luckily my load wasn't late, but they're going to give me the sad sob story that they ran out of 48-foot trailers, even though the load sheet indicated that my load was supposed to be on the 48-foot trailer. It's actually in the master dispatch as well that my load every day is on a 48-foot trailer, wide body series. It don't always happen, and I don't never really gripe or cry about it. It is what it is. I understand that transportation in the warehouse, although it would make sense that they would wash each other's hands, they're just 2 separate entities that do their own thing, man. So, all in all, man, for you guys that's looking to get into food service, want to come off the road or fresh out of CDL school, man, you're going to have days like this. You're going to have days where it's going to kind of mentally and physically defeat you. And you got to ask yourself, man, do you really want this? As they say, do you want this smoke? I know you want the money. I know you want the schedule. I know you want the benefits and all the glitz, glam, and glory that comes along with being a food service driver, man. But do you want the smoke that come along with these rough days? If you do, and you think you can handle it, then come on and join the ranks, man. Because there's plenty of work out here for all of us. But if you know that you ain't got the mental fortitude or the patience to deal with stuff like that on a regular basis, because it does happen regularly, that's all I can say. Is just give y'all that look. You know, I believe in everybody. I believe in everybody's abilities and mindset to amass and attain the things that they want. But just know, man, to earn this kind of money on this side of trucking, you're going to work for it. And you're going to have days like this. You're going to have days where you got to put 800-900 cases out of a pup. You're going to have days where, like today, where all your pallets are turned sideways for whatever reason. You're going to have days where the stuff is stacked to the ceiling. You're going to have days where your pallets are out of order. You're going to have days where customers are just being very anal retentive to you, and you're going to have breakdowns. It happens. It's a part of it. Today was probably one of my worst days, but you know what? Tomorrow's going to be better. And it's not going to be the last bad day I have, but that's okay, because Tay the Local Trucker can handle it. Hope y'all find some value in this content, man. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving me. By the way, man, thank y'all for all the love, support, comments, likes, even the dislikes, and the subscriptions, man. Over 600 subscribers, on the road to 1,000. You guys have been great. Loving the tribe, loving the feedback, and you guys are loving the content. We're going to keep it going, man. So please, smash that like button. Drop a comment if you got a comment, man. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. If not, or if you have, send it to somebody who you think might find some value out of this content. I'm going to get in the house, man, get showered up, eat a little bit, kiss the kiddos, because we got to do it all again tomorrow, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. Y'all stay safe. Stay blessed.